All right. Hello, I am the extremely partial commentator, and Stoke City have just kicked off against West Bromwich Albion, looking to avoid a third successive home defeat for their first time in their history. We got a few changes today. Eric Peters came back in at left back. We have Lee Grant, who's on loan from Derby. He's a goalkeeper. He's making his Premier League debut for Stoke. Pretty defensive midfield. We got Whelan, Allen, Jeff Cameron in there. And then Shaqiri Arnautovic and Bonnie up top for our attacking threat. So it's about a minute into the game. Just kicked off. Stoke so far controlling possession, passing it around in the back. They got to win today. There's no other way about it. If they don't win, things are dire. Things are very, very dire. Reports came out that there was some dressing room bust-ups, that Wilfred Bonnie's getting paid a lot of money and the team's not liking it and he's not working hard, and Mark Hughes says that's all bull crap. Hopefully that's the case, because once you get locker room bust-up, players not liking each other, that's when you get into relegation scraps and you get into real trouble. So hopefully everybody's working. Hopefully they just haven't clicked yet. Hopefully they will look for some goals today. West Brom beat West Ham, I believe, 4-1, 4-0, something like that last week. So they had a good game last week, but it's still West Bromwich Albion, local Midlands rivals for us Potters fans. And that means that we want to win even more than usual, because regionally we're near each other, and that creates very heated feelings in sports. Well, only opening 2 minutes, not a whole lot's going on. Jeff Cameron is sitting in a midfield role. Nice long ball into Arnautovic, who can't quite control it. West Brom wearing black today. Stoke in their traditional red and white with this badge. So far, both teams kind of knocking it around the midfield without much success. Just trying to keep possession a little bit. John Walters, I don't even think is in the team today. I don't even think he's on the bench. I don't know if that's an injury or what's going on with that. There's certainly sure reasons Mark Hughes has for that. You know, game started out just kind of chippy, saucy. No real intent from either team quite yet. Both teams probably too nervous to give anything away quickly. Also wanting to make something happen. Jeff Cameron giving up the ball, trying to find Shaqiri. West Brom trying to find Neom down the left flank, but too much on the pass. Yeah, Walters isn't even in the team today. I don't know what's going on with that. I would imagine he's probably injured. Mark Hughes, Walters is his utility man. He loves to go back to him and get what he can when he needs it. Walters is his sugar player. Well, I think today's an important day for Wilfred Bonnie, especially after that report came out that he's not working hard or not getting along with the team. Even if it's not true, it's I'm sure he'll wanna do anything he can to make sure everybody knows it's not true. He really wants to prove himself. I mean, that's part of the reason he came to Stoke. He wasn't getting much time at Manchester City. He wants to show he's still a kind of striker that can put away 25 goals in a season. And we want him to do that. So, oh my God, this is just niggly little. The ball gets kicked 2 feet, bounces off a guy, another guy gets fall over. It's pretty ugly so far. It's probably not quite as ugly as me in the morning, but pretty close for sure. Wilfred Bonny just trying to do some hold-up play. Absolutely doesn't hold anything up. Doesn't really play. Rondon attempts to curve one in the far post. Grant looked pretty aware it went wide anyways, but I mean, so far West Brom are certainly going to have a lot of confidence after scoring 4 goals last week, and Stoke are not going to have that much confidence. Stoke lost midweek Wednesday to Hull City 2-1, English Football League Cup or something. I believe they had 25 shots, maybe even 25 shots on target or something. They had a ridiculous amount of shots, controlled the game. Arnautovic tied or scored one in 45 minutes, and then Hull came back and equalized, and then they got a 90th minute winner. So pretty disappointing game midweek out of the England Football League Cup. Mark Hughes being shown here. Ty just flying around the potteries. He's got a look of anger and coldness on his face. Looks like the wind's a little bitter. Long ball sent towards the 18-yard box by West Brom, but it runs out of bounds. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Had to check my range. Checking on the old home front. Interesting move, I think, putting Jeff Cameron in midfield. We've seen him there before, and he can perform. I almost think maybe he should be there more than I almost feel like he should be either defending or playing the midfield there. But I guess it's nice to have him be able to go back and forth depending on the needs of the many. Johnson looking to find Shaqiri down the right. Shaqiri looking to get away. Hand went up on Shaqiri. I'm not sure. Linesman didn't really flag for a foul, but the ref blew for one. Let's see this. Yeah, there's definitely a hand going up into the neck face area of Zerdin Shaqiri, so he's going to get a nice free kick. Hopefully he'll whip this into the box and someone can get a head on it. It's good to see him back in the team. Hasn't played since the first day when he scored against Middlesbrough when we tied. He's been injured, I think, with a calf or a hamstring or something. As Mark Hughes would say, he's got a hamstring. Stoke players lining up. We're at about the 9-minute mark here. Shaqiri whips it in. It's a good ball. No one can find it quite. Allen tries to send it back into the box, but West Brom manages to almost clear it until Allen gets another chop at it, but then it is sent down the flank. Eric Peters just flying back. Good recovery run by Eric Peters, and then whoa, buddy there. Glenn Johnson just absolutely bulldozed by, what is this guy's name? McLaren. I can't remember. I don't know his name, but I know his face. He's definitely English or Scottish or something. Lee Grant comes out of his 18-yard box to send this one back the other way. After that foul on Glenn Johnson. Joe Allen looking really lively. If there's one thing you got to say about Joe Allen this season, his performances have always been lively. He's always been moving around the pitch a lot. We haven't seen any real straightforward attacking right now. Stoke kind of doing some triangles on the left side of midfield. You know, doing what you do. Got a long diagonal trying to find Johnson. Whelan does find Johnson, who then finds Allen. Centers it for Shaqiri, who has a go, and it's blocked. Whelan slices one. It goes wide. Arnautovic down the flank. Sends it across. Oof. It's a good ball, but it's stomped out by the West Brom defense and then cleared. Martin Zindi, however, recollects at midfield. Finds Shawcross, who then finds Cameron, and they're going to go again. Jeff Cameron just kind of playing with the ball a little bit, doing good to hold possession. He tries to find the long diagonal to Bonnie in the center of the box. Can't quite meet his head. Ball falls to Allen. This is a good run inside here. Peters making a run. Peters, he is pushed over a little bit. He goes down in the box. No penalty according to the ref. Making a run down the left side of the box. And now Johnson tries to cut down the right outside of the box, and he is taken out. And that will surely... McLean, that's who fouled Johnson earlier. McLean, that's the guy. Yeah, there's definitely contact between Peters and the Phillips or somebody from West Brom in the box. Peters goes down. There's definitely contact. It's hard to say who initiates it, though. As much as I want it to be a penalty in my heart, it's I don't know. It's a questionable one. But right on the corner of the box, Shaqiri's going to be whipping in another free kick. Come on, Stoke. This is a great opportunity. Sheridan Shaqiri. He goes for goal, tries to find the bottom corner near post, and just slices it wide. You know, it's the kind of shot, if he makes it, we all love him. But when he misses it, we're all a little annoyed. I mean, you got all your big guys up. You might want to just try and put it on somebody's head, put it in the box, see if someone can't knock it around. They're just showing this penalty shout again, and it's close. Peters definitely is contacted in the box and goes down. It's hard to say whether he runs across the other player or whether the other player runs into the back of him. I'm the extremely partial commentator, so it should be a frickin' penalty. But, you know, that's the way the game goes. Stoke so far looking good. West Brom, I mean, they certainly know that they're going to have to defend and that they know what Stoke can bring to the party. But so far, Stoke are looking decent. Arnautovic trying to get this ball down the left. Gets it right in the corner before it goes out. Finds Allen. Back to Arnautovic. Arnautovic. Some nice footwork out there on the flank. Crosses it. Far post. No one there. Curves out of bounds. So, alright. I mean, the intent's there. We're just not seeing the execution quite yet. We're at 13 and a half minutes so far in this game. I should do little checks. Little time checks. 13. Goal kick here for West Brom after the Arnautovic cross went out of bounds. We've about a midfield throw for Stoke, and I will return in just a moment. Sorry about that. Early as hell here, so. Alright. We got West Brom playing out of the back. You know, so far they've not shown much intent to really move forward. I think they're happy to kind of sit back, let Stoke come at them a little bit, just defend their asses off. We got Wilfred Bonny tracking back and making a nice tackle. That's good to see. There's some, yeah, alright. We just saw Bonny come back, make a nice tackle, try to head it on, make the attack. That's the kind of thing we like to see from him. I mean, I don't necessarily want him dropping back, you know. as far as he just did all the time, but just that intent, that work rate, that's something that I don't think he's shown as much as he could since he came to Stoke from Manchester City, but hopefully he's trying to change that around. Joe Allen, again, that little spitfire cracker. He just ran about 30. Ooh! Glenn Whelan is going to get a yellow card for what they call checking in hockey. I think actually that would be a cross-check. Yellow card on the 15-minute mark. Ooh, Glenn Whelan just runs into what's this guy's name? Craig Dawson. I don't know the West Brom players by name. I know all their faces. I'm not going to learn their names. It's fucking West Brom, man. Come on, give me a break. West Bromwich Albion is just, it's like a fantasy land. Why is it it's such a made-up name of a place? Well, the free kick comes towards the box, bounces right out. Shaqiri grabbing the ball, and now great chance on the break. Shaqiri, tries to cut it out wide to Bonnie, who would overlap behind him. That was a really great opportunity. Couldn't quite find the pass. But I'd like to see more of that. I like to see Shaqiri and Arnautovic and Bonnie streaking down as the trident fecta of attacking. That's a pretty attractive sight to see. Again, Joe Allen was the one who was just running around like a little frickin' insect. Picked the pocket, and Shaqiri took that ball and started off the break. Didn't come to anything, but that's good play. That's good intent from Stoke. We got Arnautovic collecting on the flank. Jeff Cameron here in midfield. I got to say, Cameron in midfield, pretty attractive right now. If Glenn Johnson just gets stumped, trying just to cut in and has the ball taken right out from under him. Fortunately, West Brom sends it down, and it rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. I mean, so far, West Brom seem all right with the concept of not really moving at us too hard early in the game, but they're going to have to do something eventually if they want to get anything out of this. I'm sure we'll see a different team in the second half. That's certainly Arnautovic taken down, and I see no whistle blown for a foul. He's lying on the sideline. Stoke has to put it out. There's some real anger over here about on the Stoke side for no foul being called. Come on, Grandpa ref. Let's see what happens here. It is Dawson, and he just... there's not a whole lot of contact. It does look like he puts a hand to the face of Arnautovic. Arnautovic went down, maybe catching one in the face or the throat. Grandpa ref here, looking around very judgmentally. All right, West Brom will throw it back in and do the sporting thing. They send it back to Lee Grant. He'll toss it up to Joe Allen, and we'll start again here in the Stoke City half. Pardon me, that was Glenn Whelan. Anyways, doesn't matter. Bruno Martinzini has the ball now. Jeff Cameron comes short for it. Eric Peters back in the team out left. I thought it was odd to have, I think Martinzini played out left there against Crystal Palace. I just think he's a center back. I think I like him at the center. I think I like him alongside Ryan Shawcross. The long ball coming in from Shawcross lands in the box. West Brom collects. West Brom now with the ball in the Stoke half. We get the throw in. Going to send it back to the halfway mark. Try and make something happen. Bonnie being a menace. That's good. I like seeing that work rate. He's not letting him. Bonnie's not letting them have easy back passes. He's not letting them just control possession with their back four and then send it up to their midfielders. He's making that difficult, and that's a good thing. We want to see the whole team make that difficult and want to really see West Brom bothered. Ooh. Shaqiri just gives a little foul away. Gets his collar popped in the process. Candy stripe collar popped. Oh, he's fixing it. Somebody let him know. Somebody was like, yo, Shaq, fix that collar. All right, so this could be a dangerous set piece for West Brom here. It's McLean again, taking it, standing over it, looking to whip it in. All the players standing at the top of the 18-yard box here, waiting for that ball. It does come in. I believe that's Rondon, heads it wide. Not super threatening. Lee Grant had it covered, I think. Interesting to me that Grant's in here and Shay Given's been dropped. And part of the problem is that I have a song for Shay Given when he makes saves, but I don't have any songs for Lee Grant. That's not really the biggest issue. It's interesting, though. We've obviously been conceding a lot of goals. I'd say that's been a team effort, conceding all those goals, giving them up. But maybe Mark Hughes feels that Shay Given wasn't living up to his potential and wasn't saving some of the goals he should have been saving. So now here we are with Lee Grant, still waiting on Jack Butland to come back into the fold, still injured. West Brom moving forward, send a flat ball across the 18-yard box, and it is collected. Dangerous ball from Arnautovic across the top of the 18. McLean can't quite control it. Shaqiri and Johnson will do what they can to clear. There you go. Glenn Whelan finding Bonnie. He's got some nice hold-up play. Allen moving forward, sends the ball through. Arnautovic. Arnautovic shoots it, it runs into Johnny Evans, bounces back, and I guess it's a handball according to the ref. It's a good break from Stoke. It's the kind of thing we want to see from them. Yeah, I mean, it's certain it was ball to hand, not hand to ball. Arnautovic didn't do anything intentionally there. Tried to take a shot, it bounced off Johnny Evans and popped up onto his arm. Which is disappointing. That was a good break by Stoke. Whelan, Bonnie, Allen, all hooking up with some good play. Arnautovic a little unlucky there not to get a shot off and to have it ricochet as it did, but Stoke looking better. I mean, I think this is the first game, and this is the 6th game of the season. This is the first game where I'm not smacking my face after 20 minutes. I mean, we're 23 minutes. This has been all right so far. We're 0-0. We're looking more likely to score. Looking a little bit fragile at the back. Like if West Brom really comes at us, I'm a little bit nervous. But we got good defenders with the exception of Glenn Johnson. Sorry, that was mean. Sorry, Glenn Johnson. I'm partial. I like Stoke, I swear. But Glenn Johnson. All right, back to the game. West Brom, just with a horrendous crossfield pass that goes straight out of bounds. I love it. I love it when you see a pass that goes to absolutely no one and gives up possession in a key area like midfield. It's just beautiful when it's, the other team. I think that it would be really good for, obviously it would be good for anybody to score, Stoke to score. It's good to score, but I think particularly a goal in the next 5 to 10 minutes would be really good for Stoke. Give them a chance to go ahead, and I don't think we want a last minute of the half kind of goal. It's a good ball in from Whelan. Finds Johnson. Oh! Damn it! Johnson! He tries to tip. Oh. Johnson finds his way down the right side of the box. It's a great ball in. He kicks it out to Glenn Whelan. It's a great ball in to Bonnie, who heads it down, and it finds Johnson. Johnson tries to chip the keeper, and it's cleared off the line. He gets it over the keeper. It's going to creep in just under the bar, and it's cleared off the line and goes behind for a corner kick. Oh, my God. This is great, though. I mean, these are chances. This is something Stoke has not had, chances. Corner kick comes in. It doesn't really get past the first man very much. Allen sends it back in. And we're going to have an offsides or an injured player. Grandpa here is giving a yellow card to Shawcross. What the hell? Their player comes through the back of Wilfred Bonney. Nothing happens. That ball then falls to West Brom's player. Shawcross kind of comes through the back of him. He jams his head into Shawcross's elbow. We get a yellow card. Oh, Grandpa ref. You're ready to be 6 feet under. All right. Ryan Shawcross still kind of steamed about that. Ball coming down. 0-0, still the score. I'm seeing that somebody asked that in the comments. So, Bonnie, nice hold-up play down the left flank. Stoke moving it well here. 26 minutes, still 0-0. Shawcross looks for the diagonal to Arnautovic, and that will go out of bounds. Well, this is good. There's a little bit of anger among the boys here, but at least they're talking. That's one thing I haven't seen much of them doing. I haven't seen much communication happening on the pitch, and that's key. Eric Peters collecting the ball down the left. And that will be a throw-in. And I'll be right back in 2 seconds. 0-0. 27th minute. Throw-in for West Brom in the Stoke end. Pardon the delay. We're back, 28th minute. Stoke trying to play out from the back here, sending it back to Lee Grant, debutant. Well, it's on Stoke at this point to go ahead, get the goal, because West Brom is not showing any real attacking intent moving forward. So I think we could easily have a niggly little stalemate until halftime, and then second 45 had these teams really bursting out. I mean, right now, Stoke's just, Lee Grant and Ryan Shawcross are just practicing their passes back and forth to one another. So, Wilfred Bonney, it's a good, Wilfred Bonney hold-up play, sends it back to Allen. Nice. Allen way too heavy on the touch. He could have played the through ball for Bonney, just put too much on it. It's good, though. This is good. This is the kind of link-up stuff we haven't seen from Stoke in 5 games. So now that, we know they're capable of it, I mean, it was a mystery. So that's good. It's encouraging signs so far today, but God, do they need the goal. I mean, you need the goals. All this decent play and all that, it doesn't matter right now. We need wins, we need points, we need goals. Joe Allen collecting the ball, headed down the right, turns away from a challenge, tries to find Marko Arnautovic on the through ball, but he can't. West Brom trying to clear on the break, but the ball's given away to Bruno Martins-Indy. Stoke turn, and they're looking to go right again. Jeff Cameron here in the midfield, sending it back, controlling possession, trying to move forward. Cameron finding Shaqiri, who cuts inside. We go out wide to Peters. Everyone's kind of trying to move forward, creeping forward. Peters looking for a pass, sends it back center to Bruno Martins-Indy, who's moved way forward now. Jeff Cameron pops it into the box like a fool, finds no one. Oh, man. That's the kind of pass that's going to get you an hour on the rack. That is torture worthy. That's an awful pass. Great build-up play and nice passing, but then Jeff Cameron just sends it over the heads of everybody. Well, the intent is certainly there, although the execution is lacking from Stoke. Joe Allen, really just a little live wire out there. He looks like a coked up pixie. It's fantastic. Lee Grant directing his defenders from the back. He hasn't really been called into action much today, which is a good thing, of course, but we haven't really gotten to see his Rondon turn, sends it wide left with a daisy cutter snapshot. Haven't really seen Lee Grant challenged at all today. "32 minutes, still 0-0. Goal kick comes in, and Bonnie tries to control. You know, one thing we haven't seen from Bonnie since he signed was his hold-up play. We haven't seen him controlling that ball, giving everybody a little bit of time to come up. He's doing better at that today. He's winning some headers. We haven't seen him really fight for the 50-50 balls like he's needed to. My fiance just made coffee, and I'm going to drink it really quick. That's good. So, 33rd minute, 0-0. Eric Peters going to have to throw in on left side there. West Brom now with a little more intent. Ooh! Lee Grant ball gets flashed across the 6-yard box low, and Lee Grant is down quick, and he bundles that one up, and that's good. If he spills that ball, no one knows where it's going. It's a little bit worrisome from West Brom, showing a little more intent, but Grant was there really well to take that down. Joe Allen taken out by Chadley. We're going to have a free kick in the center circle there. No, they were playing a replay, so I actually didn't see the foul. But I assure you it was egregious. Absolutely egregious. This game last year had 2 red cards. Affalay was fouled, I think, for a red card. Charlie Adam got accused of a stomp. Man, Jeff Cameron keeps finding this diagonal ball, trying to find Arnautovic, but he's just blasting the ball. He's not finessing it to Arnautovic. He's just blasting it, and it's not working, so he's got to calm that down a little bit. Stoke doing some nice control in the third. Arnautovic cutting inside here, finding Bonnie, who then tries to send it through. Arnautovic almost gets through, but the ball winds up bouncing to the goalie. It's a nice little attempted 1-2 with Bonnie and Arnautovic. And, again, this is the kind of thing that's encouraging to see with Bonnie after hearing the reports that the team wasn't getting along with him or whatever. Clearly he's linking up with the players a little bit better. There's a better understanding. Kind of feeds it, Shaqiri and Arnautovic coming from opposite sides, trying to converge on that ball. Maybe got in each other's way a little bit, the ball that Bonnie played through. But it's encouraging signs once again. So, and on the other end, we now have a Lee Grant goal kick. I think the long ball from West Brom ran too far. Tony Pulis, 1,000th game in charge. Obviously a massive legend at Stoke. Coached the team twice for multiple years. Got them promoted rather. It's the thing about Tony Pulis, never been relegated. That's like his CV. But no, he got Stoke promoted to the Premier League, and he established them as a good club. I think that he's still a legend here. Ooh, Joe Allen just gets elbowed right in the back of the head, and Grandpa referee whips out the yellow for Nasser Chadley. A deserved yellow. Because Joe Allen... Oh, it's a foot in the back of the head. It's not even an elbow. It's studs in the back of the head. That is dangerous play. I don't know how that's only a yellow card. I mean, he kicks any harder, you might as well use Joe Allen's head as the ball. That's an awful, awful play there. Free kick taken short. Stoke trying to move down. Bonnie falls down, loses sight of the ball. Doesn't know what's going on. Joe Allen just does not run out of energy. He is covering the middle of the pitch. I mean, Jeff Cameron and Glenn Whelan, they're doing well in the center of the pitch, and they're doing well picking out passes and all that. But Joe Allen, wherever the ball is, he's there, and he's a menace, and it's really nice to see. I think he's proven to be a real good player for this team, and he's playing a lot, and he's putting in the effort, and he's showing that he wants to be good for the team, and it's really encouraging to see. 38th minute, 0-0. Ball gets crossed in. Whew. That's the kind of ball that last week would have found the back of the net 4 times over, but this week, should have been. James McLean is offside. Should have been offside. However, Glenn Johnson did well just to finesse that ball out for a corner kick behind the net here. So West Brom with their corner moving forward. They got somebody standing for it to be taken short. Everybody's crowding the 6-yard box. Ball comes in. Jeff Cameron nods it behind. It's good defending. But it will be another corner kick that Stoke have to contend with. I mean, you got a lot of height there. Oh, corner taken short. Sent in. It's blocked off Arnautovic. Now Stoke looking to maybe counter. Shaqiri looking for Arnautovic down the flank. Slide tackle comes in. Ball goes out of bounds and apparently off Arnautovic last. So it will be a West Brom throw. Coming back at Stoke. Oh, no. Okay. Sometimes the feed is skipping, and it hasn't done that yet, but it did just now. So that's a little worrisome. But West Brom, just in the past five minutes or so, West Brom looks a lot more intent on moving forward with some attacking ability. Stoke trying to play out of the back here. Johnson sending it cross field to no one. West Brom with another throw, and I really, it's as if in the past 5, for the last couple minutes, it's like Tony Pulis said, the last 7 minutes of the half, go nuts, get that goal, make them worry about it going into halftime. Hasn't happened yet, but Great hold-up play by Wilfred Bonney. Glenn Whelan finding Shaqiri outright. He sends it long, trying to find Bonney centrally. Can't quite get it there. It's headed down. Bonney, he's not played fantastic today, but he's doing some of the basics we haven't seen him do, and that's encouraging. Ball comes in from West Brom. Eric Peters probably could have cleared that ball, but he had somebody lurking behind him, decided to head it back for a corner kick. And he played it safe, and I can't get mad at him for that. We've been leaking goals. He's probably got in the back of his head, do anything you got to do to stop the goals coming in. So another corner kick to deal with. 41st minute, 0-0. The third corner for West Brom. Stoke's only had one. Ball comes in. Lee Grant collects it. That's a dangerous ball. Real close to the keeper, but if somebody gets a touch on it, it's fine in the back of the net, and he safe hands, assured hands. It's a good collection, Good collection. Lee Grant, so far, playing very well. Pretty pleased with his performance, even though he hasn't been tested with any tremendous attempts. Allen finding Arnautovic, who finds Shaqiri. This is good moving forward. Bonney's sitting down because he got knocked over on the build-up to this play. He's back up now. That's good. Cross came in from Shaqiri. Falls to a West Brom player. So we got a throw in for West Brom at the midfield now. For those interesting, Sunderland's beating Crystal Palace 1-0. Swansea and Manchester City are tied 1-1. Liverpool's beating Hull 3-0. Manchester United beat Leicester City 4-1 earlier. Bournemouth and Everton. Bournemouth is winning 1-0. Whatever, who cares? 42nd minute, 0-0 between Stoke and West Brom. Ball comes in the center. No, this is bad. Okay, we have Jeff Cameron making a recovery run, clearing. Not completely out of safety yet. The ball landed to a West Brom player, center of the box. He was almost unmarked, but Glenn Whelan kept him from being able to get his foot on the ball. A cross comes back in. It is cleared by Martin Zindi, only so far. Comes back out. Popped around by Rondon, and he pops it over the net, and that will be a goal kick. I mean, it's a little bit haphazard defending. It worked. They didn't score a goal, but it's nerve-wracking. God, is it nerve-wracking. So, we don't want to see moments like that. That's the first time we've seen moments like that, and I think that just shows the second half West Brom are going to be much more interested at coming at us and coming at us hard and dangerously. So, 43rd minute. I don't think we'll have much extra time added at the end of the half. Hasn't really been any stoppage or injuries. Stoke controlling it. Shawcross and Martin Zindi, Johnson at back four, kind of just playing kickabout, looking for a run to be made. Peters finds Arnautovic down the flank, who uses his strength. He cuts it in, and it gets sliced out for a corner kick. Well, that's good play. Arnautovic trying to find Bonney centrally, sends a low cross across the box, but it is sent out for a corner kick. So Stoke, not known for being great with set pieces under Pulis, that was something they had in their bag, but certainly something they've lost with Mark Hughes being in charge. Got all the tall guys up there. Bruno Martin Zindi, Ryan Shawcross, Jeff Cameron. Shaqiri to take. Shawcross heads it, but can't find the net. Yeah, it's a decent cross in. Just doesn't really make the connection you need to make with that. Find the back of the net. Well, we're Coming up on the 45-minute mark. Both teams seem ready to reassess their positions, come out with a new plan. I think West Brom has done what they want to do, sat back, been steady. Whereas Stoke, I think they would have felt that they should have nicked a goal at some point by now. I mean, the threat has not been there in full, but it's been present. Sure enough, we will have 1 minute of added time. Haven't really had any injuries or stoppages. I think it'll be an interesting second half. Stoke needing the win, and West Brom also will be coming out with a lot more intent than in this first half. And Joe Allen, that I cannot say enough about the energy of this man. He has not quit sprinting after the ball since the whistle was blown. It's just fantastic. Real encouraging to see, and I think encouraging to his teammates as well. Nice to have that kind of freewheeling midfielder running around. Provides a lot of issues for the other team. Well, just about done here with the half. Stoke, and that will be it. So, 0-0 at halftime. No real clear-cut chances. Stoke with a few half chances. West Brom hasn't really created anything worthy of note yet, but it's bound to be an interesting second half on Tony Poulos' 1,000th game. So, we'll be back after halftime in 15 minutes or whatever. Bye. All right, I am back. Still halftime. Not a whole lot going on so far in the game. It's 0-0. Haven't had a whole lot of chances, but a few half chances with both teams. If you just saw me squint a moment ago, I don't have great eyesight, so looking at the scores, I squint. That's how it works. So just checking online here, see if I can get any info. I think the team that Mark Hughes put out today was a very defensive team. I think the first thought was we don't want to concede. When you look at Alan Whelan and Jeff Cameron in the midfield, those are all, I would argue, defensive players, maybe with the exception of Alan. He's a pretty out-and-out midfielder. He can play defensively and offensively pretty well. We've had a few chances where if the through ball could have just been found, it would have found one of our players through on goal, and who knows what would happen. But so far, it's 0-0. Zirdan Shaqiri he's always a threat. That's what you like about him. You know that the other teams always know that he's a threat. Same with Arnautovic. They're always looked at. The only worry with the team that Mark Hughes put out there, I think it's necessary with the amount of goals that Stoke's been conceding. I think it's absolutely necessary to be slightly more defensively minded about things. But the worry is, will they be able to find any goals? I think we've seen a little bit of link-up, a little bit more promising link-up play than we've seen in the past with Stoke. And in the past, I mean, this season and stuff. But so far, it's been all right. I think it's going to be an interesting second half. West Brom seemed very content to kind of work on the break a little bit. They're dropping back pretty far, making it hard for us to cut through. I think that's going to change second half. I think they're going to go for it at one point. I think Tony Poulos would love to win this game. In his pre-match interview, he said Mark Hughes is a great manager. I think he'll come good. I think Stoke will turn it around. I just hope they don't do it this weekend against us. But obviously, the Stoke fans, as much as we appreciate what Tony Poulos did for us in the past, we want to smash his team's face into the ground today. We need a win. Pardon me. We need a win sooner than later. We need a win like a couple games ago. So I have no problems embarrassing Poulos today. And it's a nice little number for him to hit, but not super concerned about it. We're still at halftime, by the way, for those of you watching, wondering why I'm not talking more about the game, and from what I can see, there is one person watching. So it's halftime. Seeing some pretty stupid commercials. Don't really want to explain them to you. We got another couple minutes, probably about 2 or 3 minutes before the half starts. So I will be back then to continue the commentary. Thanks for watching. Be back momentarily.
Contact lenses may bother you as the day goes on. At Alpine, they took that as a challenge.
And we're back. Well, I'm back. The game has not started yet. Swansea City, Manchester City tied at 1-1. Update from around the grounds. It's a medio tempo, as I have it playing on Univision. I don't think we'll see any substitution changes at halftime. I don't think there's any major changes tactically that need to happen for Stoke. I think Mark Hughes will have identified a couple of promising areas and promising attacks that they've had and try and exploit those further. I mean, I think these teams so far have been pretty evenly matched. Neither keeper has really been tested. But I think that'll change in the second half. I think both these teams will come out swinging a little bit more. I mean, Stoke need the win. They'll be going for it. And, West Brom, they will feel like they can catch Stoke based on their poor run of form that they've been in so far. I think any team coming up against them is going to feel relatively confident, but I don't think they should be underestimated. They're not the kind of team that you can just roll over. They have talent in there. They have an attacking threat. They just haven't clicked yet this season. So this game has been more encouraging. I think this is one of the better halves of football we've played so far this season, even though that's not saying much, but it is saying something. So we'll be looking forward to see what can happen in the second half. I've got high hopes. I've got a lot of faith in Mark Hughes. There was some discussion of him being replaced. I don't know who you'd bring in to replace him. And I don't think it's quite to that point yet. Peter Coates, the chairman of Stoke City, he has a lot of faith in Mark Hughes, and I think that's clear. I mean, they had a really bad run of form last season, and actually, from what I understand, if they win today, they'll actually have a better opening this season than last season. They'll have collected more points after 6 games, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure if that's where that stat's at. I might be pulling that out of my nethers, but he wasn't sacked after that poor run of form. What the hell? Pottermus? I'm a huge Stoke City fan, but I have just learned that there is a hippopotamus. There's a hippo. Stoke has a hippo named Pottermus as their mascot. And I don't know how I didn't know this before. How is this was never made clear to me that Stoke City's mascot is a hippopotamus. I'm sorry. I don't know how I didn't know that. I don't know how I've never seen our hippo mascot before, but I'll tell you what, I didn't think there was anything that could make me love Stoke City more than I already do, but Pottermus, that works for me. That works for me on multiple levels and in multiple ways. Pottermus. All right. Kick off for the second half. No change is made for either team. We're still 0-0. I want Pottermus to take the pitch. I want the hippo to be our goal scorer today. Stoke has a mascot that's a hippo. They have a hippo mascot, and his name is Pottermus. And I did not know about this until now. Isn't that cool? I just found out. I had no idea. It's so dumb. Pottermus. Just need to give him some glasses and a wand, and he can be Harry Pottermus. All right, sorry. All right. just to be clear, the second half has started. We're about a minute into it. Lee Grant here with the goal kick. Shawcross doing well to clear that ball. Will be a throw-in for West Bromwich. West Sandwich. And West Brom moving forward now. Glenn Johnson, Shaqiri, doing well to get that ball out of here. Shaqiri looking for Peters out left. Does find him, and now Peters breaking down the flank. Crosses the ball in. It's a great cross by Peters. Comes in. Foster collects it right before Arnautovic can get a toe on it, but then it pops out of Foster's hands. Joe Allen almost gets the follow-up ball, but Foster just manages to hop on it, collect it, and hold on to it. That is some nice play, though. That's real encouraging. First real attack of the second half, and it's threatening. That ball came in. Arnautovic almost was able to get it off his toe, but as I said, Foster did collect and bounced back out. Joe Allen almost able to send it back in, but Foster, pouncing like a little squirrel after his walnuts, is able to collect that ball. So we got a midfield throw. Peters finding Bonnie. Bonnie holding it up nicely, using his strength to hold on to that ball. Whelan tries to find Arnautovic down the left flank, but West Brom is able to clear it, sending it long. McLean, he collects. He's got it outside. Johnson squaring up to him. McLean just comes off his feet. Johnson with the block. That will go out for a corner kick. Well, the game, we're only 3 minutes we're in the 48th minute. It's 0-0. We're only 3 minutes into the second half, and it's already opening up more. Both teams looking like they really want to go and get that first goal. Stoke, I don't think, have scored first in a game this entire season, and they have a pretty bad record of scoring, of winning or tying games after giving up the first goal. So that first goal is really important for Stoke. Just for the record, there actually wasn't a corner kick. It was a throw-in. That came to nothing, and that ball has rolled out for a goal kick. Lee Grant sends it short to Bruno Martins-Indy on the left. Whelan, midfield, chips it out to the right, finds Johnson, who's moving forward, finds Shaqiri in turn. Shaqiri looking intent, crossing that ball in over the head of everybody and curls out. Shaqiri, you can see it on his face. He's clapping his hands. He's upset. He knows that needed to be a better ball, and it did. That was a good opportunity. You had Allen, Arnautovic, Bonnie all headed towards the box. So I think he was looking for Arnautovic on the far post, but Arnautovic was at the top of the box more. So will be a goal kick. Foster sends it up. Kind of a short kick. I think it hung up in the wind of the Potteries. Allen collects, finds Shaqiri out wide, who in turn finds Arnautovic. Arnautovic doing some nice footwork, gets the cross in. Ball comes in. Allen right onto the roof of the net with the header. Oh, man, that is encouraging, but also disappointing. It's a good cross. Arnautovic really using his body, and Allen heading it down. It took a deflection on the way and bounced onto the top of the net, but what a chance. West Brom player just getting in the way of that header. I think it was Dawson who got in the way of the header there. Sent it onto the roof of the net. So, corner here. Ball's whipped in. Shawcross found it with his head but sent it wide. It's encouraging. This is better play from Stoke, and you can see it. Arnautovic just came up and gave Shawcross a pat on the back, a little bit of encouragement. These players are feeling like they can go get a goal now, and that's something we haven't seen from them in the last few games. Yeah, Shawcross, he just can't quite guide it onto net. It's a good opportunity. not quite taken. I mean, you're going to look back at these first 5 minutes if Stoke wind up losing this game. In the first 5 minutes of this second half, they really did have some good chances. So, okay, here we go again. Goal kick came out, but Stoke collects. Shaqiri's got the ball, looking for somebody. Plays it in the center. Shaqiri pops it over the back line and finds Arnautovic. The flag does go up from offside. I think Arnautovic finished this ball. It's a nice little pop-up. Yeah, Arnautovic is about a yard offside, and he misses the goal anyways. So, again, this is good stuff, though. I mean, the attack is there. We're clearly showing we got the talent to trouble their defense, but just not finding the goal yet. This is a good first opening couple minutes. Stoke got to make this count. They could easily fizzle out and give up a goal, and the game could go south. But right now they're playing with a lot of intent. Again, if they lose today, that'll be the first time they've lost 3 home matches in a row in their entire history. So it's not something we want to see. West Brom now with the ball in the Stoke half, just kind of playing their triangles, trying to figure something out. Joe Allen, again, just all over the pitch, forcing him back, forcing him wide. Ball sent short. Eric Peters collects. Jeff Cameron with a heavy touch, and West Brom will come back now. The ball is crossed. McLean, far post. It's bodies in front of bodies here. I mean, the players really, really putting themselves on the line to get that ball out of the box. Another shot comes in, another block comes in. Grandpa referee standing in the middle of the action, running into a West Brom player. They try and send it out wide. Shaqiri cuts it out, and now Arnautovic is going to start going again, and he is fouled, and I think that's going to be a yellow card. Arnautovic, put that thigh away. Jeez, buddy. We're up to like hip level. I don't need to see that. Ugh. And get rid of that hair while you're at it. And it is McLean, I don't know, but he is the offender. He just clips the legs out of Arnautovic. It's actually not McLean, it's Jakob. He will get the yellow card for that challenge on Arnautovic, where Stoke certainly would have had a bit of a break had Arnautovic gotten away without being fouled. So, free kick taken short. Bruno Martins Indy. Beautiful diagonal to find Shaqiri. Shaqiri sending it back in the center to Johnson, who pops it in the box, and Bonnie tries to collect it but can't. Comes out only as far as Whelan, who then finds Cameron. Johnson now. Peters. Finding Arnautovic. Back heel to Peters. Peters, again, getting chopped down. And this is not going to be a penalty. It'll be a corner kick. It's similar to the first half, except this one seems... Ooh, I don't know about that. He gets the wrong side of Phillips, and Phillips kind of comes across the back of his legs, and Peters goes down. Much more contact in that one, I think, than the first half. Mark Hughes, incensed. He smells like sandalwood. No, but he's incensed at that decision. It will be a corner kick, if I'm not mistaken. Ball comes in, lands to Arnautovic, near post, who finds Shaqiri again. Shaqiri crossing it in, but it will be headed away by West Brom. Oh, man, and big moment in the game. Big moment in the game. My computer's running low on battery. I got to grab a power source. 1 second. All right, plugged in. The heels of Peters just clipped away from him when he cuts into the box there. It's a great link-up play between him and Arnautovic. Arnautovic with the back heel to find him, and he was certainly in for a dangerous cross across the goal mouth, but was taken out, deemed not a penalty. So. See Peter Crouch, the tall man, warming up on the sideline. Not sure if he'll get sent in here or not. We're at 56 minutes, 0-0. between West Brom and Stoke here. We're going to have a goal kick. West Brom. Well, I'll tell you what, the start of the second half, Stoke have certainly looked threatening, and they've produced a lot more than they did probably in the entire first half. And the chances have just been of higher quality so far. Goal kick comes in. Stoke collecting. Jeff Cameron collecting at midfield, finding Arnautovic, then sends it back out to Cameron on the flank. Cameron trying to find a cross, can't quite do that. Finds Peters out wide. Nice little 1-2. Finds Bonnie, sends it back to Whelan, sends it out right now. Switch of play to Johnson, who cuts the ball across the top of the 18 to Shaqiri. Takes the shot, but it is blocked. Ball is now with Shaqiri again on that flank. Johnson trying to chip it over on the edge of the 18 to find Allen. Allen is going to get penalized for fouling the goalie there, Foster. They're close to each other, but it's always going to be the goalie who's given the right of way to collect that ball. It's better from Stoke. It's much better from Stoke, this play. You can tell West Brom are getting a little nervy at moments, but so far they've been able to repel all the attacks. 57th minute, 0-0. Goal kick comes in, bounces off the back of Johnson's head. I don't think he knew anything about it, but he kind of cleared the ball out unintentionally. Throw comes in. It's good defending from Shawcross. Ball gets sent out to try and find Arnautovic. Can't quite meet it. Peters smashing the ball against a West Brom player, and that'll go out for a throw, and Peters grabs it. Tries to go for a quick throw. Peters with the throw in here. Finding Bonnie. Bonnie's hold-up play has been non-existent since he came. Whoa! Bonnie trying to make the turn, and McLean just shoves him over. I personally see that as a yellow card. Since he was already carded, the ref probably doesn't want to give him a sending off for that. It was slightly mild. Free kick comes in, finds Shaqiri. Almost kept it in play right on the byline there, but couldn't quite. Had to cut back. He finds Johnson. Johnson holding on for it for too long, as he does. Back to Shaqiri. Shaqiri sends that across into the box, but it is cleared by West Brom and Stoke with a lot more intent, and you can hear it from the fans. They're getting behind the team quite a bit more. It's good play. Johnson, Allen, Shaqiri all working that right-hand side. It's sent back to Whelan. Peters now towards midfield. Finds Jeff Cameron in the center of the pitch. Jeff Cameron not able to turn. Martins Indy steps up and takes the pass and sends it out wide to Arnautovic. Arnautovic cutting inside, and he is tripped up. And it's Dawson and McLean. Both of them have yellows, if I'm not mistaken. Pardon me, Dawson did not have a yellow card, but he does now. Arnautovic trying to cut between the two of them. Would have made it if he didn't have his legs taken out from under him. Nice footwork from Arnautovic. We know he's capable of that. But he is taken down, and we'll have a free kick. We have the big boys, Martins Indy, Shawcross, all coming up. Everybody standing at the top of the 18. Looks like Arnautovic and Shaqiri standing right by the ball. It'll be interesting, see who takes this. Arnautovic would have the in-swinger, Shaqiri the out-swinger. Bonnie, Cameron, Indy, Shawcross all up to try and get their head on this ball. And it will be Shaqiri. Again, Shaqiri's just been overhitting it seems like today. Although that was actually a touch by a West Brom player. It'll be a corner kick. It looked like he just overhit the cross. And we are going to see Peter Crouch. He's no slouch. Come on. And Wilfred Bonnie will be withdrawn. That's interesting. Bonnie, he's had a better game, I would say, today than since he came, but hasn't really created a whole lot on the attacking end. I think Mark Hughes is looking at the number of crosses coming into that box, and, I mean, Peter Crouch is the man you want. Corner kick delayed because it came off of the line. Shaqiri looking for Crouch. Falls down to the feet of Shawcross, who tries to get the chip off, but it's blocked. And now West Brom trying to work the ball out. Arnautovic keeping it back in. Allen controlling that ball. He shoved off of it, and it will be a throw-in for Eric Peters. Well, Shawcross did well to get the shot away after the ball landed to his feet, but he had a player right in front of him. He's never going to get it through him unless he manages to nutmeg him, but didn't look likely to happen. So Stoke still attacking the ball, bouncing. I mean, the action is really picking up here by Stoke. Johnson finds Shaqiri out wide. Shaqiri cutting out, and he will lose possession a bit. Shaqiri given a foul for putting a hand on a player. Really, really, really soft foul. I think Reed just kind of, I believe that's Reed, just goes down and then puts his hands all over the ball. That's pretty upsetting. I would like to see him yellow carded and a free kick for Stoke on that one. I mean, there's nothing in it there. Shaqiri was just patting him, giving him a little back rub, just scratching his lower back a little bit. Nothing in it. But 62nd minute, still 0-0. Foster with the free kick out. Stoke collect again, and Shaqiri on the right here. Allen finds him. And Shaqiri very upset with the ref right now. He feels that he was pushed just then. You know, he's such a menace, and teams got to deal with him pretty physically because he's got, even for a little guy, he's got a lot of muscle going on. A little power cube. You know, it's 63rd minute, still 0-0, but it's got to be said that Stoke will feel as if they should have scored by now, and you know, they've got to capitalize on the play that they've got going. Bringing on Peter Crouch, it's an interesting one. Doof was also on the bench. He would be, of course, the other obvious choice to bring on as a striker, but as I said, the amount of crosses that are coming in, I think Stoke's having some joy on the flanks of the pitch, so they're hoping to find that big old forehead of Peter Crouch. West Brom now coming. Martin Zindi calling for a handball on Rondon. It's not given. West Brom. Lee Grant with the save. Shawcross slices the clearance, but Whelan's able to clear it to the halfway mark. Well, that was a bit of a worrying moment. I mean, if that's the kind of thing that Stoke cannot have happen right now, is giving up a goal when they look the more likely to score. They've got to go ahead and make this happen. Lee Grant has had a good game. It's got to be said. He hasn't had a whole lot to do. That was just a snapshot. You almost think he could have caught it, but just stung his palms a little too hard probably. Stoke looking to move forward. Crouch holding it up on the right flank. Well, Stoke not able to capitalize so far, and it looks like West Brom's just going to try and calm this game down a little bit. We've got throw-in after throw-in here. Joe Allen poking that one out of bounds. So West Brom, I think, will just want to calm things down a little bit. Stoke are certainly looking the more likely to score the past few minutes, but if West Brom can catch them on the break like they did a minute ago, that's worrying. So Peters has to clear this one out as the ball comes cross-field. Throw-in comes in. Jeff Cameron clipping at the heels there. Joe Allen again. I don't know where that man gets his energy, but he doesn't run out of it. That's for damn sure. Peter Crouch coming up on the Foster. West Brom really just playing their triangles, trying to keep possession. Stoke players backing off a little bit. Probably need a breather of some sort. 66th minute. here in the game. West Brom content to just pass it around their own half, keep control, but they don't keep control. They send it right out of bounds, and it will be a Stoke throw. Peters finding the big old chest of Peter Crouch, who's then pushed over as he's trying to save the ball from going out of bounds. The Potters getting pretty upset with Grandpa referee here, and rightfully so. He's really letting a lot go, and he's on the one hand, and then when it comes to Stoke and their physicality, he's calling a lot of penalties, so it's a bit annoying. And again, dangerous play from the West Brom player. Allen catches a foot to the face, and let's see, are we going to get a second yellow here? Doesn't look like it, but it'll certainly be a free kick, and that decision took a little longer from the grandpa than we'd like to see. I mean, Joe Allen going ahead, and Dawson, Allen was leaning his head down a little bit, fair enough, but this is the second foot to the head that Allen's got in this game. It's from Jakob there, who has already been booked, and I think that contentiously could have been a second yellow card for sending off. Again, we have Arnautovic and Shaqiri standing over this ball. It's on the left side, probably 25 yards out. Got all the big, tall guys on the top of the 18. Peter Crouch in there this time. Shaqiri, little pop. Oh! It lands to the feet of Crouch on the far post, but he just can't find the net. Just pops it slightly wide. Just a little chippy ball into the box from Shaqiri there. Tricky one. It's a good ball, and yeah, far post. Peter Crouch gets his foot on it, but just can't curve it around into the net. At this point, if Stoke is to either lose this match or just go on to tie, they're going to feel like they were the better team. It's going to feel a little hard done. So this is certainly, and we'll get another free kick here. Just with James McLean this time. So we're getting to the point where some of these West Brom players need to be worried about persistent fouling, in my opinion. Ooh, Martin Zindi dwells on the ball, uses his strength, and gets sent out of bounds. Oof. That was a howler there, but could have been much worse than it was. Could have been a 2-on-1 situation. Martin Zindi recovering, though, and just kicking it out of bounds, giving his teammates time to get back and help him defend. And Stoke are just swarming on the ball. West Brom with no time to do anything. Peter Crouch trying to play the hold-up play, but he gets swarmed. Ball gets sent in, and Martin Zindi will get across that. That's a good ball from Martin Zindi. He clears it. Can't find any teammates, though, and West Brom coming back down the left flank here. Joe Allen just phased him out. He tries to send that ball, and we're going to get another yellow card here for West Brom. He's Nyong coming down the pitch, and he sees Joe Allen running at him. He missteps and fell over. Allen collects the ball, and then he takes Allen out. So Neom is given a yellow card. Again, we're coming up on the 70th minute, 0-0. Stoke have had a very strong second half. Certainly looked the more likely to score, although it hasn't come yet. Crouch brings it down. Allen tries to control, but he can't. We get a long ball over the top from West Brom, but Lee Grant is out quickly to collect that. He tosses it straight back out. Martin Zindi, Jeff Cameron, Eric Peters. Peters trying to send it down the flank, but it'll go out for a Stoke throw-in. Mark Hughes crossed arms. He wants the win. You can see it in his eyes. Throw-in comes in. Peter Crouch tries to tip it on for Arnautovic. Big head of Crouch. Joe Allen will send it out wide to Peters, who just can't quite control it. And now West Brom coming back down. Martin Zindi covering for Peters there. Peters making a good recovery run, trying to get back. West Brom trying to work something out of this. Stoke really got to prevent them from getting anything here. It's sent out right. Ball is crossed in, and Lee Grant is up quickly to collect that. Good keeping from him. Safe hands Doesn't give West Brom a chance to get anything on it. Now Shaqiri coming quick, looks for a through ball. He does find Peter Crouch. Oh, Peter Crouch just can't quite control that ball. Putting pressure on everybody, though. Peter Crouch really making that back four work. It's good play. 71st minute. West Brom just trying to calm things down a little bit. They're not having a whole lot of luck as they run into Eric Peters. Marko Arnautovic collects. He finds Shaqiri. Shaqiri cuts inside and in turn sends it back out to Peters wide. Peters sending a long ball in, looking for Crouch far post. It just goes over the head of everybody, unfortunately. Crouch trying to keep that ball in, but can't quite get a foot on it. It will be a West Brom throw. It's encouraging play. It's really encouraging play, but God, Stoke have got to find the net. And I got to say, last season, Stoke had quite a few games that they won 1-0. It was kind of their customary scoreline. And this is the way they won it, by defending well and persistently attacking and eventually finding a goal. Now, they haven't found that goal yet, which, of course, is discouraging, but certainly looking the more likely team to score. We're in the West Brom half now. Ball's kind of just bouncing around. Looks for the long pass, but Peters is able to control that. Whelan sends it back to Bruno Martins-Indy, who in turn sends it up. Finds Cameron in the center of the pitch. This is a good move by Cameron. Finds Arnautovic out left. Arnautovic is going to do what he does. Cuts inside. Back to Cameron. Cameron controls well. He finds Johnson to the right. Johnson looks to find Shaqiri. Shaqiri now whipping in the cross. It's a good cross. Ball falls to Joe Allen! And it is Joe Allen with the goal! First game of the season where Stoke have scored first. Oh, Joe Allen. Fantastic goal. It's absolutely beautiful. We are in the 73rd minute, and it is 1-0 Stoke City. All right, the ball comes in. It's a great play. It's a switch of play from Arnautovic to Cameron. Johnson, who then finds Shaqiri. Shaqiri whips in the cross. It comes in. It gets headed down, tries to get headed out, but it falls to the feet of Joe Allen, and he sends it into the back of the net. Welsh, would you look at that? The poker player went Allen. Welsh, would you look at that? The poker player went Allen. Welsh, would Joe believe it? Allen is the best. Welsh, would Joe believe it? Allen is the best. Hey, I know I need some better Joe Allen songs, but it is 1-0 Stoke City. In your face, Tony Poulis. We respect you, and we are going to beat you. All right, 73rd minute, 1-0, Joe Allen. Welsh, would Joe look at that? Allen is the best. Welsh, would Joe look at that? Allen is the best. All right, fantastic. We've got 17 minutes here, 16 minutes. We got to defend this. Let's go get another, boys. Let's go get another right now. Right now. Eric Peters. Oh man, I can't even tell you what's happening in this game because it's just so fantastic right now. Eric Peters sending it long. Crouch heading it down, looking for Allen. Oh my God, it's a slicing ball. Nice through ball. Arnautovic looking for Shaqiri. It does get goes out, but oh man, the intent is there, and it's Joe Allen with the goal. Number 4, my favorite number. I knew I was going to like that player when he picked number 4. Okay, I mean, this is just great. Johnson, they're replaying the goal. It's a great cross in from Shaqiri. It's looking to find Arnautovic. I can't tell if Arnautovic heads it down. I believe it's an attempted clear by the West Brom player to head it down, but it lands right to the feet of Joe Allen, and he just pops it straight into the back of the net. And you could see these boys. These boys are very proud. These boys are very happy to be leading in a game. I think that the mojo's been gotten back, and they can feel it. You know, it's imperative that Stoke wins this. They got to find a way, even if it's 1-0. Just keep moving on. They need this first win of the season. It's going to be such a kickstarter for them. It's going to be such a confidence boost for them here. They've played really great in this game. Mark Hughes, I think he's got to be credited with his selection. I mean, Gianelli and Bula it was said that maybe he wasn't getting along with the team. Mark Hughes said that's not the case. He's just dropped on form reasons. Bringing in Jeff Cameron in the midfield, you know, it seems like a risky move, but it was a good move. It was well done. Arnautovic being penalized here for being too good, apparently. Stealing the ball away from West Brom. Mark Hughes saying, what the fire truck is going on here? But the important thing to remember is it's the 75th minute, and the score is 1-0 thanks to a Joe Allen, I mean, not a wonder strike, but a Joe Allen goal. I mean, it landed to his feet. He was like 6 yards out, but he made it happen. He powered it into the back of the net. Fantastic work from him. Fantastic work from Stoke today. Now it's all about defending. They've got to defend here. We're going to have a free kick from West Brom. They tried to move it about 20 yards closer to the goal than where the actual foul. And that ball comes in. Oh, man, it is headed down, and Lee Grant with a freaking wonderful save. Lee Grant gets a palm on it and sends it wide. I mean, it's a good ball in from West Brom, and it's a good header, but you can't beat Grant. And the thing is, I didn't even think that Lee Grant would start. I don't even have a song for him. I would sing. I have a song for Shea. Lee won't grant you that goal. 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 No, 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 no. All right, that's an improvised Lee Grant song for you. 77th minute, 1-0, Stoke City, West Bromwich Albion. Oh, my God, the Midlands rivals are at it again. No. Oh, this is great. This is great. Stoke are in such need of a win. The ball comes in. It's headed on by big man Peter Crouch there. Shaqiri sends it back to Whelan. Whelan trying to do a diagonal cross to find Arnautovic. Arnautovic can't quite bring it under control. It'll go out of bounds. But remember, at this point, Stoke just have to prevent West Brom from scoring. Yes, it is 1-0 Stoke City, West Bromwich Albion, 78th minute here. This is fantastic. West Brom, they look dejected. They look like they can't find an answer. I mean, they just threw the ball in and it went out of bounds from the throw-in. They clearly are running out of options here. Unsure what to do about themselves. McLean's come off for Robson Kanu. There might have been another change made too. I don't know. Who cares? It's West Brom. Peters throws it in, finds the head of Crouch. Shaqiri collects that at the top of the 18-yard box, finds Johnson. Johnson tries to chip it in to Allen, but that ball is intercepted. And now West Brom looking to come away from that all, and they passed it out of bounds. So it will be a Stoke throw-in right around the center of the pitch here. Everybody's slowing down. I'm not sure if something's going on. No, I think it's just a throw-in. Okay. Glenn Johnson with this ball here. Looking down the flank. Again, finds the big old tall head of Peter Crouch, who tries to knot it on for Shaqiri. A little too much on it. Foster here. Looking to send the ball forward. Stoke dropping back just to make sure that they can defend well, which is, no problems with that. It almost seems as if earlier in the game it seemed like Joe Allen and Jeff Cameron and Glenn Whelan were all playing defensively kind of straight across the pitch. Now it looks as if Allen's moved forward in a more kind of central attacking midfield role. But everybody's back. We got 11 men behind the ball here. Peter Crouch behind the center circle. Long ball comes in. And, it's cut across the 18-yard box. Lands to no one. Oh, and the shot comes in, but it's a Glenn Whelan body block. Fantastic. I mean, we cannot give up a goal. And then, as that ball comes out, West Brom tries to collect, and Nialm is given a handball. So it will be a free kick. And Whelan with a wonderful body block in the box, saving us from a 1-1 scoreline. He's down, and, it looks like he took that one right in the stomach. Oh, right in the hip. That ball just spanked him. But I bet it was one of those spanks that felt good because it prevented a goal. And now Joe Allen's also down on the pitch. Standing back up. I don't know if he just had a little bit of a niggle or what's going on there. We may be seeing some substitutions quick. Peter Coates shown here in the box. He is a very old man. He looks worryingly pleased. He looks like the kind of guy who wants the next 10 minutes to be over so this game can be won, and then he'll be pleased. But so far, a little nerve-wracking. We do see Charlie Adam here. Mark Hughes making some good shouts, trying to coordinate with his team what he wants done here. I don't think the Charlie Adams substitution has come yet, and it won't come yet. So that free kick taken somewhat short, looking for the head of Peter Crouch. West Brom looking to break. Shawcross with the header, making sure that that's not going to happen. The ball does land to Crouch now, who finds Arnautovic. Arnautovic cutting inside, tries to slice it through to Allen. Can't quite make that happen. A little bit of a mess there in the West Brom third right now, but West Brom does manage to collect that ball. Look to go back up the pitch. Stoke pressing a little bit more now. They don't want to drop back and just give West Brom the chance. I think that might have been what Mark Hughes was saying to the players a minute ago. He said, when they get the ball, don't drop back so far. Press up, make it hard for them in the midfield, and that's good advice because we have troubled them in the midfield a lot today. Why stop now? Shaqiri holding on to it on the flank there. Ball getting passed around the middle of the pitch. Shawcross looking to send it in a little bit. Allen gets his head on it, but sends it over Peter Crouch. And now Foster's got to just run way out of his goal to prevent a bad corner kick. Teammate tried to send it back to him, and it almost went out of bounds. So, 82nd minute, 1-0. We're going to have a throw-in. Oh, that ball is out for a corner kick. Foster did certainly not keep that ball in. He's given credit for it. It will be a throw-in, but Foster did not save that ball. That should be a Stoke City corner kick. Went over the line before he was able to get a foot on it. And then Shaqiri collects the ball, but just rolls it off a West Brom player to get another throw-in. Shaqiri, good game. It's good to have him back in the squad. Always a threat. I think him and Arnautovic on our flanks really gives us a lot of width, a lot of depth. And we're going to get a corner kick here now. Stoke City corner kick. Didn't really see what happened there. It looked like it was just kind of poked out by the West Brom player. Glenn Johnson rubbing his thigh a little bit. He might have a hamstring, but no indication yet that he's seriously injured. We saw Charlie Adams standing on the sideline, but he has not been substituted on yet. Ball comes in, and Foster able to hop up and collect that one, unfortunately. And he tries to get the quick out, but can't find any openings, so sets the ball down. He'll run up. Peter Crouch going to put a little bit of pressure on him, but he sends it long. Glenn Whelan breaking up the play. West Brom looking to move forward here. Stoke pushing back. It's a cross in, long cross in. Johnson collects it, almost sends it out for a corner kick, but just manages to keep that ball in play and then tries to clear it, but it will land to West Brom, who come right back in. Jeff Cameron being nice and aggressive. That's Eric Peters, pardon me, being nice and aggressive. Not really giving any quarter. Eric Peters collects the ball, finds Arnautovic, who in turn finds Allen. Peters now trying to chip it up to Arnautovic. Actually winds up finding Crouch. Crouch, really good hold-up play. He's been doing the job that he needs to do up there. I think he'll be pleased to get minutes in, and Mark Hughes will be pleased with his performance because he's winning 50-50 balls, aerial domination. Yes, good footwork. All right, Peter Crouch controlling possession, finds Xherdan Shaqiri out on that right flank. Shaqiri now cuts inside, tries to get the shot away, but it's blocked by the body of a West Brom player. Now West Brom looking to counter. It's not really an uneven match here, but certainly Niam up against Johnson. He's looking across the ball. Johnson gets a foot in front of it, and that's deflected behind for a corner. Well, so far, it's going all right. We're at the 85th minute, still 1-0. This is obviously a worrying corner kick. This needs to get cleared and cleared quick, but Stoke look pretty confident. We are going to see this change come in now, and it's Joe Allen who's going to come off, and I'm not surprised. He's played a great game, goal scorer, but he's been running around. He's got to be exhausted now. So Joe Allen is going to be the one to come off, and Charlie Adam will be stuck in the center of the pitch, and I bet Adam will drop back. I bet we'll have just three central midfielders, not any real attacking threat happening from. I mean, Charlie Adams certainly has the shot, and he's got an attacking threat, but I think Mark Hughes is going to want him to just try and defend as hard as he can, wrap up these last 5, 6, 7 minutes of this game and get the points in the bag. So Allen is coming off. Charlie Adam coming on. Corner comes in, headed away to the top of the box, and now Stoke looking to break here. Glenn Whelan sending along. Arnautovic just sprinting away. Foster way out of his goal. Oh, Jeff Cameron, it's a poor approach to the ball. Jeff Cameron could have collected, maybe tried to catch the keeper off his line, but he does not collect. West Brom trying to get back on the attack. It'll go out of bounds. So, good clearance on the corner. Could have had a nice bit of a break. I think the ball from Whelan was just a little bit too long for Arnautovic. Foster was always going to beat him to it. Tony Poulis scratching his chin, wondering what can be done at this stage, because we're coming up on the 87th minute. And it's still 1-0, so Johnson with the throw-in here. Does find Crouch again. Crouch really working those throw-ins well. Can't keep possession. West Brom looking long. Niam almost gets through on goal. Rondon, almost gets through on goal. Bruno's Martins Indy with a good recovery run manages to clear that ball. And we'll see the final substitution from Stoke City. Doof, there it is. Doof, there it is. Will come on for Zirdan Shaqiri. Shaqiri making his first start since the first game of the season. He's been out. Played really well, obviously. Got the cross that led to the goal. Always a threat. Think we're players all around, team all around, fans all around, pleased with his performance. And he will come off for Doof. I believe Rondon just came off for West Brom. Yeah, Phillips came on. And I think it was Lico that came off, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Maybe Phillips went off and Lico came on. Oof. Ball gets swung in, bounces around a little bit worryingly in the 18-yard box. Glenn Whelan eventually with the clearance. Ooh, Eric Peters, nice footwork to keep a hold of that. Charlie Adam losing possession, though. Not a great way to come on as a sub. Should have just cleared that ball long. Eric Peters getting in the mix of it, and it'll be a West Brom throw-in. We're coming up on the 89th minute. Score is 1-0. Stoke City ahead right now. West Brom trying to find a way through, and it's got to be said at this point it's going to be very worrying if they do find a way through, because there's not a whole lot of time for Stoke to find a second goal and go on to win this game. So I think at this late stage in the game, I mean, we've got 11 men behind the ball. Peter Crouch is probably 25 yards out from goal. It's a defensive mindset right now, and the sub Lego, who just came on, Lemo, whatever his name is, he has a pass sent to him and can't control it, and it goes out of bounds. So it's a Stoke City throw-in. Stoke really, slowly walking towards the ball to make this happen. I mean, no one's going to be sprinting for action right now. The ball comes in again. Peter Crouch controlling that ball. Nice footwork by Peter Crouch, trying to work himself around some West Brom players, but he does lose possession. Well, West Brom trying to move it forward, playing it between their back four right now. Everybody's going up. I mean, God, we need to catch him out on the break right now. Ball comes in. Lee Grant could have collected. Bruno Martins Indy didn't want to take chances, sent it out behind for a corner kick. There's a little bit of disagreement there. I think Grant felt that he clearly could have got that ball, but Martins Indy may be saying, you didn't give me the shout soon enough or loud enough. Had to be safe. So 4 minutes of added time. What the hell? Son of a bitch! Motherfucker. Rondon with the header from the goddamn corner kick. What the motherfuck? God damn it. Mark Hughes, pissed. What the fuck? Just bullshit. Just what the fuck? No reason for them to have that corner. 90th minute fucking equalizer. See a fat Potter in the stands behind Mark Hughes who's just as pissed off as I am. Well, maybe the 4 minutes is a good thing. Jesus Christ. Stoke City, can't fucking believe it. You got 2 minutes left in this game. I mean, conceding goals like that's been our issue, and we can't just say, oh, it happened in the 90th minute, so what are you going to do? I mean, no. That shit's got to stop, and it's got to stop for a full 90 minutes. Stoke City throw in. I'm not seeing this happening. I'm not seeing this changing at all. Stoke, Glenn Johnson, throw it in. You're not in the lead anymore. You don't have time. Ball getting knocked around a little bit. Johnson collecting, looking for a long ball. Chips it out wide. Finds Arnautovic. Arnautovic tries to cut in and is fouled right on the edge of the box, but that doesn't matter. Ball gets cleared by West Brom. Bruno Martins-Indy trying to hold it up. And Stoke City, West Brom's fouled. Motherfucker. I mean, just kick me in the crotch and tell me football doesn't exist anymore, man. God. Charlie Adam giving up the foul. We got a minute left. It's going to end as a frickin' draw. One, 93rd minute. Free kick comes up. Peters holding off. Peters tries to clear. Ball comes out. Oh my God, are they going to fucking... Peters can't prevent the cross. Does prevent the cross. Goes out for a throw in. 10 seconds from the end of this game. Jesus. Stoke have dominated. There's no question. West Brom had one, maybe two shots, and they've tied it. They've evened this game up. It will now be a corner kick. 15 seconds after the 94th minute. Mark Hughes pissed. Oh, Jesus Christ. Corner kick comes in. It's cleared. Blow your fucking whistle, you piece of shit grandpa ref. It's a tie game. Fucking at the death of it. Stoke did this midweek against Hull. They do it now against West Brom. Give up a goal. Fucking give up the win. Mark Hughes, pissed. I think he made the changes he needed to make today. I think tactically, managerially, did what he needed to do, but his players let him down on a set piece again. Didn't need to be a set piece. Didn't need to give up the goal. He applauds the crowd as he walks off, but you know that he wants to rip out the testicles of fucking every player on his team. Joe Allen walking away, goal scorer, whatever. We're done. You'll see the reaction video later. Fucking again, Stoke going at least 6 games without a win. Did it last season, doing it this season, mother